Shalom, shalom. I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles for their edification and knowledge. And to Wada Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahshua for putting the spirit of the elders and apostles so we become edified regarding learning and knowing this truth and knowledge. Call Hallelujah, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. 1 Corinthians 4 and 10. It's 1 Corinthians 4 and 10. We are fools for Hamashiach's sake, but ye are wise in Hamashiach. We are weak, but we are strong. Ye are honorable, but we are despised. So we're fools in the sake of Hamashiach's sake, in the eyes of people. And we're also wise for doing it. We are weak because we in this flesh, but we are strong through the Spirit. And honorable, but we are despised because we're doing it. Let's go to 1 Corinthians. I'm going to go to 1 Corinthians. We'll read 26 to 28 verse. 1 Corinthians 1, 26 to 28. For ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called. So pretty much the mighty, the noblemen will be pretty much renowned men of the world, man. 27. But Yahweh have chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. So the foolish things of the world would be the people that are looked at, mocked at as a gazing stock. Gazing stock is something to pretty much look down, scorn, and with mockery. So the Lord uses the more foolish things that would be received of the world as foolish, man. But Yahweh had chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise of this world, man. So those foolish things of the world are going to confound that wise. And Yahweh had chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty, the ones of power, man. So those same foolish things are going to confound the wise and the wise of this world and the mighty of this world, man. 28. And base things of the world and things which are despised. The base things which are pretty much the low things at the lowest, and things that are despised, man. Things that are easily overlooked pretty much by the optics and eyes of society, man. And the base things of the world and the things which are despised, Yahweh have chosen. Ye and the things which are not, to bring to naught the things that are. So the things that are despised and hated are used for the Lord's tool to push the message, man. And the message is the truth, man. And that's what the prophet's been doing, starting with the elders and apostles for years and on down. Go to First of Corinthians 3. 1 Corinthians 3:12 through 1 Corinthians 3:12. Not if any man build upon the foundations, gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, and stubble. So those are elements, the gold, the silver, the stones. Those things that are burned, they're going to purify for those that are the stones and the gold. But the others, relating to the wood, the hay, and the stubble, when fire is set upon them, they're going to burn. So these relates to the different kinds of either you're going to be elements of gold, silver, and precious stones, or elements of wood, hay, and stubble, man. The different kind. And the adversities, for example, to come upon those elements will be that fire, and how they pretty much respond to that fire being put on them, man. And every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire. And the fire shall try every man's works of what sort it is. For example, that will be the gold, whether of gold, whether of silver, whether of precious stones, whether of wood, whether of hay, and stubble. And by that fire, which is that form of adversity, will determine how is it going to respond to that fire, man. Go to 14. If any man work abide, which he have built thereupon, he shall receive a reward. And if any man's work shall be burned, he shall suffer loss. But he himself shall be saved, yet so as by that fire. And we go to Ecclesiasticus, because we go to Ecclesiasticus relating to pretty much the trials and fires of adversity, man. Let's go to Ecclesiastes real quick. Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach, number 2. Because you're going to either be of the silver, the gold, and the precious metals, or you're going to be of wood, stubble, and stubble, and wood, stubble, and shalakia. You're either going to be of the of gold, silver, and precious stones, or the wood, hay, and stubble. And if you're of the wood, hay, and stubble, you're pretty much going to burn, man, be destroyed. But if you're of the precious metals, you're just going to be refined, man. You're going to be refined and purified. This is Ecclesiastes number 2. Ecclesiasticus number 2. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul from temptation. So that temptation, man. So serving the Lord is, you're going to go through adversity, man. You're going to go through different forms of diverse adversities, man. And that's part of that temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure. And make not haste in the time of trouble. So constantly endure, man. Scripture talk about this is not the race is not to the swift, but to the ones who endure to the end. It's a marathon. So, a matter of speaking, you have to pace yourself, man. And that's an individual thing to find. That's an individual thing that one must find how to do that. No one can tell you how to do that. That's something individually you have to find out to do for yourself. Cleave unto him and depart not away, which is just true. Thou mayest be increased at that last end, man. So that endurance relates to suffering, being patient, suffering, having tolerance, patient, and suffering, man. And whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. That's the adversities, different types of adversities coming upon you, that you're going to have a certain spiritual disposition to deal with it to the best of your abilities, man. And be patient when thou art changed to a lower state, pretty much being humbled and be brought down low, man. For gold as tried in the fire and acceptable in the men in the furnace of adversities and parcel in that fire, whether you're going to be those precious stone, gold, silver, and precious stones, or that wood, hay, and stubble, man. Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him, that faith. 7. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy. That's that patience. And go not aside lest ye fall. Ye that fear the Lord, believe in him, and your reward shall not fail. And that's the faith. Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good, and for everlasting joy and mercy. Look at the generations of the old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? So they all trust in the Lord. Number 11, for the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, saveth in the time of affliction. Woe be to the fearful heart and the faint hands, the ones who pretty much lack faith, and the sinner who goeth two ways. A double-minded man is unstable in his ways. I mean, that's James 1:7, I think. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended. So that hedge and protection won't be the ones who pretty much are forsaken or don't believe. 14. Woe unto you that have lost patience. What will ye do when the Lord shall visit? That's a question. They that fear the Lord will not disobey his word, but they that love him will keep his ways. His ways is what? The truth. Keeping fearing the Lord is pretty much keeping thy commandments, man, in a matter of speaking. They that fear the Lord will seek that which is well-pleasing unto him. And how what's well-pleasing to him when you try to when you have fear of the Lord and do what he wants you to do, man. That's well-pleasing to the Lord. And he that love him shall be filled with the law. They that fear the Lord will prepare their hearts, which is their minds, and humble their souls in his sight, humility, saying, we will fall into the hands of the living Lord, and not into the hands of men. For as his majesty is, so is his mercy. Let's go to, that relates to responsibility, duties towards the Lord, man. And that's relating to this truth. Let's go to James 1, 2, and 3. 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 My brethren, James, biological brother of Yahweh Shai, servant of Yahweh. My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into divers temptations, So when you deal with different diversities of temptations, adversities, take it as joy, man. And that go with when now brought to a lower state. Let me get it. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. So having that spiritual attitude, a certain spiritual disposition, and dealing with these diverse temptations. My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into different temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. So through patience, through tolerance, through enduring, builds patience, builds the strength in faith, man. But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect in the entire and wanting nothing. So that builds that faith up, man. Through the tolerance, the endurance, and suffering, man. Go to Isaiah 33 and 6. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times, the strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. I'll just go to it. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times. This wisdom, the wisdom and knowledge is this truth and knowledge, man. It's going to be the stability of our times because it's going to come a certain point in time in society where it's going to be very unstable, very erratic. So this truth and knowledge, ones in the truth, is going to have that stability in their times because they're going to be spiritually grounded and stable, while the rest of society will be unhinged and unstable, man, in them times, man. Let's read it again. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy towns, and the strength of salvation, the fear of the Lord is his treasure. So the stability. And that stability goes to sound, pretty much. Sound mind. We'll go to one more, Ezekiel 24. Let's talk about Ezekiel. 15. And the word of the Lord, how it came into me, saying, Son of man, behold, I take away from thee the desire of thy heart, of thy eyes, with a stroke. So the Lord is going to remove the desire of his eyes related to his wife, man, with a stroke of a hand, pretty much. Yet neither shalt thou mourn nor weep, neither shall thy tear run down. So that's pretty much that emotional detachment, the emotional hardness, man. And that's his wife. Forbear to cry, make no mourning for the dead. Bind the tire of thy head upon thee, and put on thy shoes upon thy feet, and cover not thy lips, and eat not the bread of men. So after all that, he still has to continue on doing what he has to do, which is prophesize and preaching, man. Even after going through all that, man. And for example, many brothers who've been in the truth, man, they probably went through different adversities, different circumstances. And to the best of their abilities, they still push on to do what they have to do. So this is just an example of the type of adversities someone will have to go through regarding the truth, man. Being in the truth. You might lose family, you might lose friends. People look at you strange. Might lose jobs or whatever the case might be, but different types of circumstances that individually one's going to go through, man. People might separate their companion or a company from you because of the truth, for example. Different things. I remember 18. So I spake into people in the morning, and at evening my wife died. And I did in the morning as I was commanded. So he was commanded by the Lord to continue on, man. Prophesizing and preaching the word, this truth and knowledge. I want to get one more scripture. I quoted earlier at the Shalakia. Ecclesiastes 9 and 11. I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor a battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor men of skill, but the time and chance happen to them all. So basically it's the one who endures to the end, man. This was just a few verses. I hope it helps in some way, whoever listens. And give all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yoshai Bashim Rakakadash. This brother Zayab means wolf. Hope it helps. So, Shalom, thanks.